Welcome back to episode 8 of ReInventU on the Mental Health Awareness Podcast. My name is Lana. If this is your first time joining me, welcome. A few days ago, I made a video and I said I was going to be talking about how we all can start to set some boundaries. All too often, people take up a lot of our time. Sometimes we might feel like we're taken advantage of, and sometimes it's just not time. Sometimes it's money. And we don't want to feel like we're doormats. We were all brought up to be nice, compassionate individuals, but sometimes anyone can feel like, is this person using me? How do I know this person is genuine and it's just me that they need? Or is it because I'm always the person that's saying yes? Either way, it could be very well possible. All of those options are open and available and on the table. No one should be seen as a pushover. I'm sure everyone in this world wants to support people that are in our lives, unless obviously we're in a toxic relationship and we're just trying to people please, to keep people happy. I don't want to, break up with this person because they're going to be really upset. Or I don't want to not talk to this person because I know they're going through a lot and they just need a listening ear. But I'm always that listening ear, right? It's okay to say no. No is a sentence. Don't ever feel like you have to give in or think that person may not have anyone else to talk to. Maybe it's just you because you're always available. You've always been answering your phone. You've always been dishing out the funds. Whatever the case may be, we need to just start setting boundaries for ourselves so we're not overwhelmed. And again, that can just be a simple no. I'm sorry, I can't do it today. No, I'm sorry, I don't have the money today. It doesn't need a full explanation on why you can't help. We all go through things, and sometimes we just don't have it to give. Whether it's that listening ear, I don't have a whole lot of time in my schedule. Most of us, we have families that we take care of. We also work, and we're just trying to get our life back on track. Whether that's just pouring into ourselves when it comes to self-care. Whether that's getting yourself on a schedule yourself to become more in tune or mindfulness. Say you are practicing mindfulness and being present. All too often we get distracted by our phones when our loved ones are around, and it's just hard just to be present. It happens to the best of us, but when someone is taken away from just a little bit of time that we want to give ourselves when it comes to, I just want to be on my phone. It's been a long day and someone takes that away from us. It can feel like you don't have any time to yourself. And for me, I most recently started practicing just putting myself on a schedule. Certain phone calls are not going to happen after a certain point of time unless it's an emergency, right? I need sleep also, so I'm practicing getting more sleep. So no, I can't talk after this time unless it's an emergency. So those are some of the ways that I'm practicing setting boundaries. My schedule has changed as well, so I now have to incorporate how my life is now going to go, because back to, Monday through Friday, weekends off, also going to implement that work-life balance that everyone needs, but never feel like you have to keep saying yes to anyone. Some people will take our kindness for weakness. Some people will say, well, I know Lana has it. She's a hard worker. Let me just ask her for some money. Or I know Lana's probably not doing anything. It's just, her and her child that's probably, at home just relaxing, not doing anything. But I'm likely pouring into my son as well. So it's all about setting those boundaries and not being a pushover, not being a doormat. If you ever feel like you are a doormat or someone is taking advantage of you, practice saying no. I had to do it. It obviously can cause some guilt because you're like, I can't always be available. I can't always, dish out funds because we all go through things. It's normal. So don't ever feel like saying no is not an option. Take care of yourself. Don't ever feel like someone else is more important than your sanity, your mental health. Because how can you be there in the next coming weeks if someone is just constantly pulling from you, pulling from your energy? And when I say energy, that could be time and money, especially if someone is struggling. Most people don't realize that the person they may be asking for money for is also struggling. I get it. Um, and it's also how you approach things too. You can say, hey, I don't know if you have it. I'm asking. I've asked other people and they've said no. Do you have it? But just sometimes people just come out right and they just expect things. That it's all about the delivery as well. So if if you ever feel like you're being taken advantage of, it's okay to say no. Again, I'm going to post some tips. Um, we all want to be considerate in how we say no. Um, and you don't have to apologize. Sometimes, you can get into the habit of saying, I'm sorry, I can't help you right now. Why are you apologizing? You just can't today. Um, I can't do it today. Is there anyone else you can ask? Maybe I'll have it next week. Or I can't talk right now because I'm really busy. Um, I'll talk to you later. Or just setting that boundary schedule that this is the time that I pour into my life and my kids or my husband, my wife, whoever it is. Like you have to set boundaries on where you're not going to be available. That's just life. You got to take care of yourself. And if this video hits you, or someone that needs to hear this because they're a yes person. Yes, I can help you. Yes, what else do you need? Yes, yes, yes. But it's draining on them because they oftentimes talk about it. So and so is always asking me this, and I don't know how to say no. So and so is always asking me for money, and I don't even have a job, or I just lost my job. It seems like they don't even care. Please share it because it's okay to say no, and no one should ever feel like they're ashamed of thinking of themselves, because you're just as important as the next person, right? So don't be ashamed. And I'm going to end it here because it is the weekend and we all have things to do. Peace, love, blessings.